Welcome back to my channel, and this is another episode of Monica tries a new film for the first time, also with a new camera that she won from an estate sale. Yeah, it's just like a bad combination altogether, but we're gonna do it anyway. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Monica and I'm a photographer based in New York City. Nice to meet you. I mentioned in my last video that I found a color negative film. That was such like a bad description. I should have said I found a color negative film that is not experimental, but I didn't say that because I couldn't talk that day. But anyway, this day is here. We're talking about Luminar 100 or Luminar 100. This film was created by a Canadian company named Pofo Camera & Co. There's a little backstory of how I even came across this film. I saw Molly from Eclectochrome review this film, and obviously I went and rushed and bought it. I bought like 4 of them. They're like in the crisper right now. She's just amazing. If you haven't followed her, which I really think you probably are already, you should really give her a follow. I'm gonna link her YouTube in the description below. Like I mentioned before, I'm on a constant search of like color negative films that are not experimental, and this just kind of ticked all the boxes, right? So I want to read it for you because I just don't want to make a mistake, and I'm not gonna pretend like I know anything about this film because I don't. This is actually a respooled Kodak Aerocolor IV-2460, previously used for aerial surveillance. It's a Kodak film essentially that's been respooled. The other thing that I really love about this film is that it's cased in like a recycled plastic. Film can sometimes be super wasteful, and I think they sell refillable ones. I send mine to a lab to develop, so I don't know, maybe you can reuse them. Also, just like a side note, on the film cassette itself, they don't have the X code, so it's just going to be shot at 100. They mentioned that they're gonna add the X codes later on, but honestly, the film is already 100 ISO, so without the DX codes, most cameras or point and shoot cameras read them as 100 ISO anyway. I just loaded this camera, point and shoot camera I have never used, with the film I have never used. This camera, I got it from an estate sale, and you know, sometimes when you get things from the estate sale, they're probably crap. But yeah, so we'll see. I'm going to FedEx to drop off some packages. I'm gonna shoot some things along the way. Yeah, we'll see what happens. What my issue is with like bikes and abandoned bikes or something. I don't know. I'll shoot it anyway. I'll see what happens with that. With this film review, I used this camera like I mentioned in my intro. I have no idea what this camera is, or at least at the time when I bought it, I had no idea if it was even going to work. I have never heard of anyone talk about this. Maybe it's just my personality trait. That's like the risk factor of using a film that I've never used before with a camera that I've never used before. I didn't even know that if it was gonna work. If you want a review of this film camera, let me know. I love reviewing cameras that like no one really talks about because these cameras are probably super cheap on eBay or Mercari or Letgo or Facebook Marketplace. So it's just kind of proof that you can still get really good images with like not so popular cameras. Let me know if you want me to review this. I probably will anyway. So I really loved these photos. Again, I really loved the warmth of the images. I would never probably have used a 100 ISO film for the way I was shooting that day. I was just like click, click, click. I would probably use a different camera next time, maybe like my Fuji Cardia Mini, because it's more automatic. There's just this thing about this camera I hate it. It's like disposable camera way of advancing film, which is like, oh my gosh, so annoying and so painful. I wish, per usual, that I used this film on portraits. I know the skin tones would be so amazing on this. I think that's what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna try to shoot portraits with this film, and of course I'm gonna share them with you. I'm gonna document it and share them with you. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about the film or the camera, let me know in the comments below. If you've tried it before, if you want to try it, and if you haven't yet, do check out my Instagram. I do post more photos there on a daily basis, really. You can also check out my website. It's right here. I have my merch shop linked there and also my print shop. When you get a chance, do check them out. And also, you know, by buying merch and prints, you're kind of like donating for me to buy more films, new films, and introduce them to you and show them samples. It's a contribution to the madness. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys, and thanks again for watching. And as always, stay cool and stay chill, and I'll talk soon. Peace.